The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Hello, and welcome back to your favorite podcast,
De-Influenced.
Y'all are not going to believe who we have on today's podcast. The funny thing is, so our podcast producer, Carissa, this is her last day because she's moving on to greener pastures. And we're going to miss you, R.I.P. But it's so funny. This is like a full circle moment because the day that she started working here, we tried to get these guests and we got them on your last day. So today on the podcast, we have Laura and Marky Beverlin. They have over 1.6 million followers. She's an OG and lifestyle influencer. And they're doing some really cool other things that we're super excited to talk about. But not only that, they are two of our really good friends. We were talking about this. We've been friends for almost 10 years.
I know.
It might even be 10 years by now, but like, it's crazy. I think I knew Laura before I even like married Jordan, which is wild. But anyway, thanks for coming to the podcast.
Why'd you guys say no for so many years?
It did take us so long to get here.
No, honestly, I think it was like kind of like us being like so back and forth and just like
it probably was
me taking time off and whatever. It happened. I didn't try to rush it because I just knew. I was like, one day it's gonna happen.
You gotta tell Laura about your time off. She would.
Yeah.
Honestly, I had so much respect for that, and I needed to do that too. I feel like I was forced into it, but respect it.
2 months. I kind of feel like I've kind of forced myself into it. It was like it wasn't like I'm gonna take 2 months off because this is healthy. It was like crash it to the wall.
Time to blow up my life.
No, that was me. I got sick at the end of the year, and I was like, I need to take time off. Like I knew I needed to do it, and I got the flu, and I was literally dead sick and couldn't move. And I was like, this was like God telling me I needed a break, and like just.
So how long were you off?
I honestly don't remember how much I didn't post on Instagram, but I was so sick like all during Christmas and New Year's last year, and I was just like, I knew I just like needed a break, and that was what God forced for me.
Yeah.
Ask Danny how many times she's had the flu last year.
Last year. 10 times.
10 times. I believe it, but I feel like it's like the stress and everything, and God's like, okay, you're done. Like, time to take a break.
He was telling me something.
Yeah.
He was definitely telling me something, and I wasn't listening. But then I did, and I had to.
One more post.
But the biggest bummer is it happened during like Q4, which was like kind of the biggest time of the year. And literally, I just like November, December was just. It was.
I watched these TikTokers, you know, who are like kind of like up and coming, and they're like creating a bunch of content. And I have two different feelings about it. I'm curious what y'all think. Number one is I'm like, man, they will never understand the grind of daily stories.
Oh yeah.
Like, or outfit pictures 3 times a day. Like, are you kidding me?
Posting 3 times a day. That's what I started with.
That's what we all did.
Literally, like, it was like morning, noon, and night. 3 times a day. 3
outfits.
different outfits.
Y'all don't understand
Crazy.
the trips that Laura and I have been on. Like, the amount of outfit changes, hair changes, makeup changes. The whole day was just going out and getting pictures in the exact perfect lighting, and then coming home and editing. Editing. Oh, for hours. And that we were talking about this because okay. Let's take it back. So this is like probably 2016, 2017 era. Laura Beverlin was known for the edit. Okay. Like if you know, then you know. And if you don't know, oh my goodness, like her photos, they're like art. They were like art. But like nobody could figure out how she did it. Like, you know, and so I go to, I think we met at LTK conference.
Yes.
And I think that was the one maybe I snuck into. I can't remember because I don't think I was actually invited to that one. But
I do think it was the one.
I think I
just showed up.
I think I just kind of showed up, but I was like, I have hair extensions. I can fit in with these girls.
No one's going to know.
You know, I got a spray tan. Like, it'll work. So I meet Laura, and like she is... Like, I'm like so nervous to meet her because I'm like, you guys don't she was like royalty of the LTK world. This is true. Okay.
It is true.
It is true. You know, but, and I don't remember how we started talking, but she agreed to teach me how to edit. And I remember this now. We were in the hallway. You showed me on Lightroom how you turn up this and you turn this down. And I was just like mind blown. And I come home and I tell Jordan, I'm like, you're not going to believe who taught me how to edit. Laura freaking Beverlin. Like, I was so excited. But it really did help my game. Like, my editing game.
It was all about the edit back then. And now looking back, I'm like, I spent so much time, too much time on all of those photos, but that was the expectation. That's what we all did.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like now it's like the natural approach. It's like just real life. You snap it, you post it, and that's it.
Who did you, back in the day, like who did you learn that from? Because I feel like what I remember from that time was you were very analytical. Like I feel like you really understood the algorithm and what it wanted. Mm-hmm. And we always talk about this, but do you remember all of the husbands having to take photos with a Starbucks cup with you guys sitting in cars?
Car pictures.
The props, yes.
Car pictures with the pumpkins.
Gosh.
I remember too, people were like, Laura Beverlin lives in her car. Because every single photo, every day was like, we went to Starbucks. And I even like some of those photos, a lot of those photos were empty Starbucks cups. Like, I would say
For
that.
sure.
Yeah, they were all empty. But
so did you discover that, or did you have like someone that you were looking up to at the time?
I honestly don't remember where it came from. I don't remember. I feel like it was just like great lighting in the car. Like if you took a selfie, it was just like the best lighting was in the car. So that's what that and the curb pictures with the Starbucks. And I think it was like, I posted it one time and the algorithm liked it. The picture went like 10,000 or 15,000 likes, which was insane back then. And it was like, okay, I'm going to recreate it. And that was a thing back then. And even reposting the exact same photo. Yeah. Like if you took a photo and it did like really well, repost that exact same photo, change the caption, and it would do it again. So I think that was just like replicating that. But again, just diving into the analytics.
I remember the first time we all hung out, I was like, oh, they are kind of working so much smarter, not harder than everyone else, because you that's really all you did. Like you lived in your car and just took a picture every morning.
The props would change with the season. So if it was like summer, we'd have sunflowers. If it was fall, you'd have pumpkins. Like, and we're all out here like traveling to London trying to get cool pictures. And Laura's like, I'm in my car and on the curb doing the same thing, killing it.
I think it just felt real life, even though it was obviously so staged with all the props and everything, but it was just like, it looked so in the moment. But
inspirational.
Then, you just did what worked. But I honestly don't know where that originated from, like where the inspo came from.
Can we go back to like the early days? Because so on the podcast we kind of like to de-influence ourselves, de-influence our past. Where did you how did you even get into creating content at all?
It just kind of happened. So just backstory, I worked in a corporate accounting office. I was an accounts receivable clerk for one of the largest egg distributing companies in the United States. So I was like counting eggs essentially, but I was doing invoicing and sending them to Walmart and Target and everything. So I was like the billing person for that. The worst job for my personality, because I am a creative type, and I sat in an office at a desk with no windows. It was like catty older women, but I was like, I am an office girly. Like I put on cute outfits. I wore high heels to work every day. I got excited to get dressed for work. And I started just taking pictures of what I wore to work. I would walk into the office bathroom, take like that downward selfie of my outfit. And that's what my Instagram started. If you scroll back like 5,000 photos, like that's what you'll see. It was that and like nail pictures in my car, like of my hand, like lots of hand pictures, selfies, and those bathroom outfit pictures. And it was just a creative outlet. It was something where I was kind of bored out of my mind at my job and I needed something fun and creative. Yeah. So I started doing that, discovered Pinterest, discovered like the OG blogger girls like Rach Parcell, Amber Fillerup, and they weren't on Instagram. This was blogs. Yeah, blogs. This was blogs, and they were posting their blog posts through Pinterest and that whole world. And I was like, wait, this is amazing. Like, this is so cool. So I just kind of like fell down that rabbit hole and I was like, wait, I can do this. So I just started sharing outfits, and then it kind of evolved. I think Express reposted one of my outfits. So I wasn't on LTK. This was like before LTK was really a thing, because it was blogs. Yeah. So I had discovered LTK, applied for it, got denied because I didn't have a blog. I was like only on Instagram at this point. And so I was like tagging brands in my outfit. So it was like, if I wore Express jeans, I put like Express like on my jeans, like in the photo, so people could tap it and see it. I say people. There was no one looking at my stuff at this point.
Marky was.
Yeah, I was there.
Marky, he was my biggest fan, biggest supporter from day one. But Express saw my post and they reposted my photo like in front of like our brown garage doors. Like I vividly remember this photo. And I think I gained like 6,000 followers or something from that. And it was like a huge bump. And I was like, wait, we have something here. So then I like actually started taking
6,000 followers. She's like, we're moving to LA. Hollywood.
That was really like the thing where I'm like, okay, we have something here. And it was like super exciting. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take this seriously. Started posting better pictures. We got like a point and shoot Canon camera. We upgraded from our iPhone at the time. And then it just kind of grew from there. And we just literally learned as we went. We had no idea how to take photos. I was literally Googling how to get the blurry background in a photo. Because I was like,
is there an app?
I was like, is this an app? Is it editing?
Turn
I'm
down
like,
the ISO, do this.
I'm like, and we didn't even know what any of that was.
Yeah.
Like, I was blurring it out like in an app, like smoothing
With your
out
finger.
the background.
Yeah.
Marky Googles it. He's like, babe, this is a lens. Like, it's photography.
Yeah. We're like, oh.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay.
Bought a new camera.
But
got some
all of
lenses.
it was just completely self-taught. Like, no, there was no guide to being a blogger or an influencer at that time. So we just figured everything out ourselves. I learned how to code a website. I built my own website by myself, coded everything.
What?
And yeah, it really...
It's so nostalgic, like hearing all this, because I was like,
gosh.
all of us as couple friends were in the same boat. All the like Instagram husbands would be like, guys, our life is so weird. Like all we do is take pictures of our wives all day.
It was.
And we were like, wait, but I think this is turning into something at the same time.
Well, so I want to know, Marky, like, so y'all were married at that point. You, like, where were y'all at in life? And Marky, what did you think about all of this? Were you working too and being like, oh, I just want to support her hobby? Like, yeah, what were you thinking?
I think I saw the potential from the beginning, because like I saw her growing, and then I saw like, you know, she was getting small deals with brands where they'd be giving her free stuff. So I really knew there was like a potential there. So as it started to grow, like I was really supportive of it. I think I was one of the probably original like influencer husbands that
Yep.
like that just like dove into it and was like
Yeah.
like behind. I know a lot of the husbands were like, I don't want to take your picture. I don't know. This is dumb. Like this is silly. Like why are we late for dinner every night? Like,
Yes.
and I was just kind of like, I'm just in on it. And
I remember that.
Yeah, there was like the class of Instagram husbands that were like all in, and then there was the class that was like, oh no, you know, like I'm just here on the trip because I was
I
invited.
remember, Marky, like we were on a trip to, I think we were in Nashville or Indianapolis. I can't remember, but Emily Heron was shooting her Steve Madden collab, and her shoes got messed up or something. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And we're like all panicking because we're like, oh my gosh, she's launching these shoes tomorrow. And Marky gets on the phone. He's like, yeah, like I'll ship them overnight. Like he was like, so just like, he was there.
Just handled it.
He was like Champagne Chanel's Instagram husband at the time. She wasn't married yet. And he was like, hey, I got you. Like he was like always our go-to guy for taking photos, for helping. And not that Jordan wasn't great at, honestly were not very good at taking
we all
photos
had our
at the time.
different. We all had our different talents.
But Marky was like really like the photographer
Yeah.
of the crew, and Jordan tried, and he tries still, but it is a blessing now that we've shifted more to like the real life, and it doesn't have to all look so pretty, because then now I feel like we thrive with that, with like the messy, you know.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. Like that point you're touching on is like Marky being really good at like photography, and like let's say me being really good at stories or something. It was funny because when the husbands would get together, you guys would all compare us to each other. So like Marky does something really great, and like Marky takes photos, and then it would be like, oh, why can't you take photos? And then it's like whenever I would do like stories or something, like people would be like, oh, why can't you film me like Jordan Phillips did? And it's like,
I've literally said that to Marky so many times.
No,
I'm
like,
just pull your phone out, film me.
100%.
why are you not following me around all day long with your phone out? I'm like,
100%.
my bad.
And there are costs to that, let me tell you. And it's just so funny because it was such a small, tight knit group that was doing it in this kind of like mommy blogger sphere. And
God, we hustled so hard.
So
Guys,
hard. It was
like,
so much
we
work.
almost killed ourselves.
No,
Like
y'all, I wish
it was
people
bad.
understood like how much work it was. It was just, I'm so happy it's how it is now. But I feel like, yeah, everyone kind of has to go through a little bit of that grind, no matter what industry you're probably in. This off to college season, save on college, save on the everyday. I still remember one of the biggest rookie mistakes my freshman year. I thought I had everything ready until move-in day, when I realized I hadn't packed half the essentials. No extra chargers, no shower caddy, not even laundry detergent. So instead of enjoying that first week of college, I was making 3 separate trips to the store just trying to get settled. College life is already stressful between finding out your class schedule, finding your way around campus, meeting new people, and just adjusting to being on your own for the first time. The last thing you need is wasting time running around town trying to track down all these little things that you didn't know you would need. That's why Amazon is such a lifesaver. From spiral notebooks and desk organizers to snacks for those late night study sessions, they've got it all in one place and at prices that don't put a giant dent in your budget. Plus, with fast shipping, you can knock out your entire back-to-school shopping list without ever leaving your dorm or apartment. And honestly, Jordan and I rely on Amazon for everything. That is not just college shopping. With our kids, it's backpacks, lunchboxes, pencils, even teachers' gifts. Instead of dragging everyone from store to store, we can just click, order, and move on with our day. With Amazon's everyday low prices and huge selection, you can actually find a little comfort in the chaos, whether you're sending your kids back to school or heading off for college yourself. Trust me, I wish I had been smart enough to shop Amazon back in my college days. It would have saved me, I don't know, back in my college days, maybe Amazon was selling books. It would have saved me so much time, money, and stress. So if you're heading off to college, don't make the same mistake I did. Shop off to college at Amazon. Save on college, save on the everyday. We love you, Amazon. Okay, parents, did you know that most kids' vitamins are basically just candy in disguise, full of sugar, dyes, and all kinds of gummy junk our kids don't really need? I never thought much about it until I flipped over the label on one of the bottles we had at home. That's when we switched to Hiya. Hiya created a super-powered chewable vitamin that's made with 0 sugar and 0 gummy additives, but still tastes great. Even my picky eater actually loves them. Stratton asks all the time if it's time to take his vitamins. They really do think they're just eating candy without all the junk. What I really love is how Hiya is pressed with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies, then supercharged with 15 essential vitamins and minerals kids need, like vitamin D, B12, C, zinc, folate, and the list goes on. It's non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, nut-free, and everything else you'd want to checked off as a parent. Plus, every batch is third-party tested in a qualified lab, so you know it's safe. And my kids think it's so fun. When your first order arrives, you get this cool reusable bottle that they get to decorate with stickers. Stella and Stratton both have their own custom bottles, so it feels fun and unique for each of them. It makes them excited to take their vitamins every day, and then Hiya just sends you these eco-friendly refill packets each month so you're never running out. Hiya now also has Kids Daily Greens plus superfoods. It's a chocolate-flavored greens powder, yes, chocolate, that's packed with over 55 whole food ingredients. It supports digestion, brain power, and development, and you just scoop, shake, and sip with milk or any non-dairy option. Your kids will think it's just a chocolate milk treat, but as parents, you'll know you're getting in the greens. So if you're tired of battling with your kids to eat veggies, Hiya is a win-win you've been looking for. Hiya offered our D-Influence listeners an amazing deal. You can receive 50% off your first order. Just go to hiyahealth.com/Janie Austin. Go to hiyahealth.com/Janie Austin and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
This podcast is brought to you by, you guys already know, Huggies. You know what no one warned me about before becoming a parent? The car seat blowout. I can't tell you how many times we've experienced car seat blowouts. There's really nothing that ruins your day more than needing to pull over on the side of the road or rush home to clean up a huge mess. And let me tell you, those car seat covers are not easy to take apart or wash. One second you think the morning is going great, everyone is ready, on time, the kids are in the good mood, we're dressed up in our church clothes, it's a great Sunday. Well, let's just say it didn't end that way. When we got to church, we quickly realized the situation that was happening in the back seat. Another car seat blowout. And if you've been through it, you know you don't just change the diaper, you basically need a hazmat suit and a brand new outfit for everyone involved. That was the moment I realized coffee might fuel you as a parent, but the right diaper saves you. I swear by Huggies Little Snugglers. With blowout protection in every direction, front, back, sides, you're not holding your breath every time you buckle them into the car seat. Especially in those newborn and infant stages, sizes 1 and 2, when it feels like blowouts are a daily battle. And it's not just about leaks. Baby skin is so sensitive. Little Snugglers are soft, gentle, and breathable, so your little ones stay comfortable while you stay sane. Because let's be real, parenting is already unpredictable. The last thing you need is an outfit-ending, day-derailing disaster on top of it all. And honestly, you deserve to enjoy those family outings without always wondering if a blowout is about to crash the party. So take it from me, trust Huggies Little Snugglers to keep the mess where it belongs, inside the diaper, and actually enjoy leaving the house again. Huggies Little Snugglers, up to 100% leak-proof with blowout protection every direction, sizes 1 and 2. Huggies, we got you, baby.
If you followed me for a while now, you already know that the only prenatal vitamin I'll take is Ritual. It's one of my holy grail products. Something I never really knew is that pregnant women, particularly those with diverse racial and ethnic backgrounds, are routinely excluded from clinical studies. And the truth is, many prenatal multivitamins aren't even clinically tested, yet they're meant to support one of the most critical stages of human development. Ritual is closing the gap by setting a new standard in the supplement industry. They ran a groundbreaking 24-week clinical trial on their prenatal, making it the #1 best-selling prenatal and the only leading prenatal backed by its own human clinical trial. For me, Ritual is a brand I can trust and stomach to take while pregnant. Other prenatals I tried made my morning sickness so much worse, but Ritual is designed with morning sickness in mind. The lemon essence capsule was gentler on my stomach and so much easier to take. Honestly, it became part of my routine instead of something I dreaded. I also love knowing Ritual is formulated with bioavailable key nutrients like methylated folate, vitamin D, and biotin, so my body could actually absorb what it needed. In fact, their clinical trials showed moms taking Ritual had a lower overall cortisol level during pregnancy compared to those taking a leading prenatal. That gave me extra peace of mind that I was supporting myself and my baby in the best way possible. And here's a bonus. It's HSA/FSA eligible with a seamless checkout process, so you can even save with pre-tax dollars. Don't settle for less than evidence-based support. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/deinfluence. Start Ritual or add Essential Prenatal to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/deinfluence for 25% off. So how long have you guys been married, and how did y'all meet? I know you've told me this story. I think it's like through church or through brothers, but yeah, it's so sweet. Can you tell everyone?
Okay, we've been married 16 years now.
Which aren't y'all 16 years old? Like, I don't understand.
It also doesn't feel that long, which is crazy. Like, I remember our wedding day like it was yesterday. Like, it feels like it's gone by so fast, but then it also feels like we've lived 3 separate lives because so much has changed and we've done so much together. But we met through a church Bible study, and we lived in 2 separate towns, went to 2 separate churches, and it's actually funny how it all happened. So our youth pastor, her daughter was becoming a youth pastor as well, and she got a job at Marky's church. So her mom was at my church, Rachel was her name, was at Marky's church. And his mom was like, hey, Marky, there's this really cute youth pastor here. And she's trying
to bring me back to church
more.
I was away at college. So she's like, oh, you should come back and, be at church more. And there's this really cute girl there. She's the youth pastor, and you should, try and pursue her, kind of thing. And I was like, I guess.
So Marky started going back to church and going to all of like the youth group things and everything. So we went to combined Bible studies because we were going to take a summer trip together, and we ended up meeting just through friends and hanging out. We went to like movies and different stuff together, and I was like, this guy is for me. Like, I had a boyfriend at the time, and there was like just something so special about Marky, and I just felt drawn to him. And I messaged him on MySpace and told him that he gave good hugs.
MySpace.
Forward. Yeah.
I technically made the first move, and then we started dating after that, and
I proposed 6 months later.
Yeah, got engaged.
Christmas morning.
Wow, that is so crazy. Okay, so and so then Laura starts blogging, doing her thing. At what point did you guys make the move to start working together, like full time?
It was always kind of our dream and our goal to work together. So Marky worked in commercial finance, and he was analyzing businesses all day long. So he'd come home and kind of tell me like, oh, I got to look at this really cool company. And one of them was like a tanning company. He'd always tell me the ones that were like kind of fun and like interesting for me. And we just always had this dream of like one day we could work together and like start our own company. And we had no idea how that was going to happen. Like, we didn't come, my dad worked for the same company for 30 years. He didn't start his own company. We had no real ideas or experience in any of that stuff, but it was just always this dream we had. And then we started renovating houses, was like our first thing that we started doing together. We both like worked our 9-to-5 jobs and then would renovate our house in our spare time, just because that's what we had to do to be able to afford to update things.
House renovation. I can't wait to get into that.
But it started from the very beginning. We bought our first house for like $70,000, and it was very dated. needed a ton of work and we would just do it ourselves. Like we got home from work and we just like would rip up the carpet and put down new flooring, change tile.
But how did y'all know how to do that? Are you just really handy or no?
Yeah, she grew up doing it a little bit with her dad, like helping him out. He had he'd buy rental properties and fix them up. But like me, I was just always really handy. Love working with my hands. So I'd look at a YouTube video and figure it out.
Learn how to do
Jordan,
something.
why can't you be more handy like Marky?
Have you heard that one before? I'm sorry.
100%.
No, I never.
No, I'm kidding.
I never said that.
Look at him. He's ripping up the carpet. I'm sorry, Danny. I don't know how.
Well, it is like very rare to have. Sometimes I feel like content creators are only good at one thing, which is creating content. So it's rare when they actually have like a talent outside of creating content, like building houses or being handy. So that makes it like more interesting to follow.
Super.
The renovation started from like day one of our marriage, basically, when we bought our first house, and then we kind of use it as a stepping stone.
No, actually, let's go back to the mobile home that we lived in.
Yes. Oh. Yeah. So our
we lived in a single wide mobile home that I was renting for $350 a month.
Yes.
What a deal.
Okay. So listen, there was a Band-Aid on the window when we moved into this place, just to paint the picture. There was a Band-Aid on the window and we were like cleaning everything, getting it ready to move in. I pulled off the Band-Aid and it was
a bullet hole.
A bullet hole. In the window. So that was where we started, and we rented it for $350 a month. And we got married when we lived there. I think we lived there for like another 6 months or so, and then we bought our first house.
Wow. Yeah. So that had to be crazy when you start becoming like successful on Instagram and you're like, what is happening in my world?
Yeah. It's almost like you don't believe that it's real life.
You kind of feel like you kind of have to like suck it dry, right? Because you're like, is this going to go away?
Is it going to last?
Did you feel that way?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
we all did. Yeah, we were like this. We got solid 2 years out of this thing.
Right?
It feels unbelievable that it is the reality you live in, knowing where we came from and like what we started with.
Do you still feel that way sometimes?
Yeah, definitely. It's like it's almost like imposter syndrome or something. It's like you're living a life that it just doesn't feel like reality.
I want to ask you guys this. So, like, how has your relationship with the internet changed over the past, say, like 2 or 3 years? Because I feel like your story has kind of mirrored ours, where we both went through that crazy grind period. Mm-hmm. And then you guys moved onto a farm, which I was always supportive of. And I feel like the pace that you run now is you're still consistent. You still post, you're still creating content. But I think that it feels like where we're at, where it's not everything anymore. Mm-hmm. So how has the relationship with the internet shifted?
It's definitely changed a lot. And I feel like the last year was a big shift for me. And it's just finding peace in what I'm doing and that balance of the grind and the work-life balance. So I feel like I've kind of taken a step back. I'm still on Instagram. I'm still on stories every day. But I know my audience has felt it and noticed it because they're like, I feel like you're not on here every day. You're not sharing as much. I'm like, I feel like I needed that mentally and just to have that peace and just enjoy the life that we have now. We've worked so hard to get here where it almost felt like we weren't enjoying everything. It's like you kind of like have blinders on. Like anyone from the outside, they like look at our life and they're like, wow, it's so amazing. But it doesn't always feel the way that it looks. So I'm like, I want my life to feel as good as it looks. And that means like taking a step back and enjoying real life, enjoying our farm and kind of like putting my phone down more.
Can I ask you this? I feel that the internet sort of towards the end of our grind started picking up. They could almost like see it in our eyes that we were
a little crazy,
that we were like trying to be happy, but like deep down we were all like drained and burned out. So do you think that the decision to shift into more of a like real, hey, I'm really happy and I'm showing that I'm happy, and that authenticity has actually been something that the internet culture has caught up to as well? Like it feels like the people who are still grinding and trying so hard, the internet sees that now, right? In a way that they didn't before.
Yeah,
do you feel that?
I think they appreciate the realness and they can tell. Like, and people are like, you look happier. And I'm like, I feel happier. So I do feel like it comes across and people can see that and feel that. And I do feel like it's like, I don't want to say it's like become like an expectation, but like it is more noticeable when you see someone that's not in that same space.
So my next question, because I've walked through this with Danny, and y'all are both threes, yes?
Yeah.
3 Enneagrams.
Yes.
Okay, so y'all are both achievers, and you're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
has it been hard for you to accept that you don't have to grind all day,
day.
every day, and
Every
still be
day.
complete?
Yes, it's so hard. I feel like being a 3 is a blessing and a curse because that's what got us here. It is that driving factor. And Marky and I are very opposite. Marky is a 9.
I'm a 9, I've heard.
Wow. Oh,
He's
nice.
gonna say 2.
Great.
He's not into the Enneagram, but I have told him and explained to him how that works. But he truly balances me out. And I think it's like such a good thing to have him as like very chill, very content, peacemaker. Yeah, I definitely need, I need
So
his
is
kindness
it
to rub
still
off
a
on me.
daily struggle?
Yeah. Yeah.
To let go and to say, okay, I don't have to show up today. I can take care of myself and that's going to be okay just for today.
It is hard for me to shut off and like rest truly, but I know that it's a good thing. I have to consciously make an effort to do that every day. So yeah, it's kind of hard to shut it off, but
It's cool because I know exactly how you feel, but it's like, it's almost like we're being better role models online by like not showing up because it's like taking care of yourself and prioritizing yourself and showing like I have this whole life outside of the internet and outside of like what I'm posting and sharing is healthy and people can see like they don't know everything I did today when like, oh my gosh, in the past it was like I'm going to lunch, here's what I ate, here's what I did, here's the shoes I'm wearing, here's the socks I'm wearing these underwear right now. Like you have
They
to
won't
share.
know I'm at lunch.
They don't know. They didn't know that I ate. I remember people used to comment and be like, girl, like, man, you only eat this or you never eat that. I'm like, the fact that y'all feel like you know what I eat throughout the day is a problem. And that was my lack of boundaries that I had with my audience. And, but still, then I feel like the times that we show up, it's so much more real and healthy and not forced. Because there were so many times towards the end where like, I felt like, oh my gosh, I have so much to be thankful for and so much to appreciate, but I hate that I have to post right now. And that's so sad because we have such like, it's such a blessing to be in the space that we're in, you know?
One time, Danny got the flu for probably like the 8th time, and she had to go to QVC. And no, this is the best story. This is like OG Danny Austin.
No,
So,
wait. This was like literally like 6 months ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. She's reformed now.
So
So
long ago.
she literally,
Wait, what was I sick with?
you were sick with
I think I was,
the flu.
no, because I had to go to the hospital. Huh? Oh, yes.
Gallstones. That's right. She had gallstones. Well, technically, it was Summit, our baby's hair, that was creating GERD.
No,
that,
oh my God. That's like a old wives' tale. But
But
okay,
anyway, so she was like in the ER at 4 a.m.
they put me on fentanyl.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, like drip her with fentanyl. And then she's like feeling good. And she's like, hey, listen, can you get me out of here by 6 a.m.? I got to catch a flight.
No,
and I'm supposed to be on QVC
I told
tonight.
Jordan to get me a private plane. I said, get me a plane. We're going to QVC.
I feel like I remember seeing this on stories.
Yeah, this was not-
I
Yeah,
remember this.
no.
This is
Yeah.
right before I had my 2-month break.
Breakdown. And so, but it's so funny because that story is like so indicative of how both of you were during that grind season.
I'm like,
because
get me
it
the
was like-
morphine and get me to QVC.
yeah. It was like, give me a shot. I'll do another outfit pick. Like, Marky.
So true.
But you guys, like, I watch y'all's content and it makes me so happy these days. You guys have a farm. I'm still trying to get Danny there. We're going to Nashville. We're going to check some stuff out. But it just feels like your life is decompressed and deconstructed in a way that like God has almost like rebuilt it into something like better and more beautiful. And maybe I'm just romanticizing because like I know you guys and I know what we've gone through, but it feels like that at least from watching.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like we're meant to be in the life we're meant to live. Like everything about the shift that led us to our property and everything about it, even though it's been a little crazy and a long
lot of
journey.
Yeah.
A long journey. It really does feel like what's meant for us. And I feel like that's where I've like had to find that peace with that work-life balance to fully enjoy what God has given us and what he's provided for us.
So I do want to talk more about the farm.
The zoo.
The zoo, our petting
the
zoo.
farm.
Will you
I
tell
mean,
them my idea for you guys?
Oh, Jordan wanted it to be a zoo. It was the Beverlins Zoo.
I mean, we were looking
That
at
was open.
giraffes. We were looking at zebras.
Have you guys ever seen the movie We Bought a Zoo?
Yeah.
I was like, guys, there is a huge opportunity on the internet for the Beverlins to open up a zoo
Open the gates.
to allow their followers
Yep.
to come. Why'd you guys not do it? Liability?
It's a huge liability.
Also, having people like at your house.
Yeah, we need that piece. We need
Yeah.
that. We need the separation.
I know.
But don't you kind of
Our
have
fences
like a
aren't tall
petting
enough for
zoo.
giraffes either.
Yeah,
Also,
that's crazy.
the animal activist would have been all over you guys.
Oh yeah,
That would've been-
no.
That would have been tough.
Yeah.
But maybe you rescue the animals.
Yeah, rescue a zebra.
Rescue a pet giraffe.
They're not villains, they're heroes.
Heroes. Yeah. So tell me about living on a farm. What's that like?
It's a lot of fun. It's honestly a dream. It's so peaceful. I feel like people want me to share so much of the farm and they want to see more of it, but that's when I'm more at peace is when I'm out with the animals and stuff. So I'm not on my phone. I'm not filming every second of it. And Marky and I are the ones to go out there and feed the animals every day. It really is just part of like our daily routine and something we fully enjoy. Like they're our pets, they're our babies. And it really is like a petting zoo walking out there. They love affection. They want you to like hug them and brush them and hang out with them. So it's been a lot of fun. And everyone thinks it's so much work and so hard having. I mean, our property in general, we live on 60 acres. So it's a lot to maintain in that sense. But the animals themselves are so easy. They eat grass and they drink water. So it's like,
But you
that's
can't
the
leave
extent
them,
of it.
right? Like you can't when you travel, you have to have somebody come in.
We do have
We have people
we have
stay,
friends that stay at our house because we have the dogs in the house and everything also, and we have like a list of people that want to come and take care of the animals and hang out on the farm. So it's really cool, but it really is, it's just like our daily routine to go out there and like hang out with the animals. I just sit in the field and brush them, and it's like how I decompress out there.
Wait, can I ask, like, what is it like to take care of 60 acres? Like, do you just have 60 acres and then you just like don't go out to the 60 acres, or do you have to drive around and like check on your 60 acres?
Guys, be chill about it.
No,
Don't scare her away. We're so close to moving on
so
to a farm.
easy to maintain. There's literally nothing to do.
There's nothing to think about, nothing
Marky,
to worry
don't
about.
lie to my face.
We don't have to mow like 8 hours a day.
Wait, I genuinely, please tell me, because first of all, we'll never buy 60 acres. That's too bad. Like maybe 2.
We're looking
Maybe
at them
one day.
next week. So.
Maybe
No, no, we're not.
40, maybe 40.
No, I want an acre is too much for me. I live on 0.25 right now, and I can't take care of my bedroom. Like it's a mess. So, I mean, really, I want to know. Like that's a lot of work, right? Like what kind of things do you do? Do you ever have hogs?
We do not have hogs currently. The property used to have hogs way before.
Do you have to
back
go
in the
out
day.
and get rid of them?
And I would probably try to keep them as pets. I would just gather up all the babies.
Oh, they're so nasty though.
No, I mean the babies are cute.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, we don't have any hogs. So 60 acres, it depends on, if it's all wooded, it's really easy to maintain. You don't have to do much, but we have a lot of pasture. So we have, horse pasture, which is like 10 acres. And then we have a smaller pasture for the smaller animals, which I think is like about 3 or 4 acres. So those kind of self-maintain. They eat the grass and everything. We mow it every couple weeks just because it grows in the summer faster than they can eat. And then we do have a lot of common grounds that just has to be mowed in general. So there's quite a bit of mowing that has to be done.
Do you mow it all?
Actually, my dad mows it.
I was gonna say that's why you're so tan. Look at him. I mean, he's so tan. He's out there probably mowing with his shirt off.
Yeah, Marky
No,
goes
it should
outside
be.
and gets the best tan ever out
No,
there.
it's been pretty cool. But just a little aside, we hired my dad after my mom passed back in 2019. Obviously, you never know how long you're going to have with any of your parents. And that was a real, I mean, we spent a lot of time with my family, but it was a real awakening to realize how, early you can lose somebody. So we hired my dad. It's really cool. He's there. He helps maintain the property, he runs the mower, blows the driveway off.
We go to lunch with him every day.
Yeah, go to lunch. So
Oh my gosh, does he live nearby?
he does now, actually. He lived about 45 minutes away and he was driving every day
So he
to our
moved?
house. But yeah, he moved close by.
Yeah,
so
That's amazing.
He's 10 minutes from us now.
yeah, so
Do
it's
you have
really
really
horses?
nice. We do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you ride 'em?
Okay, so funny story. When we bought our house, it came with horses. So our farm was originally an Arabian horse farm. They would like breed and show Arabian horses. When we bought it, they're like, "Hey guys, like there's 2 horses that come with the house if you want them. If you don't, we can try to rehome them, but they've always lived on this property." And we are the 4th owners of the house, and anybody that's bought it keeps the horses. We're like, of course we're going to keep them. We have Gloria and Cabby. They're the 2 original ones. And Gloria is like 30.
She's a national champion mare, Arabian mare.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what that
How long
means,
do they
but
live, horses?
They can live a long time. I mean, 30 is pretty old for a horse, but if they're well taken care of, they can live really long lives. But she's the old lady. Okay. So they're just lawn ornaments. They just eat the grass and live their happy little lives out there. But we inherited horses. And then we did buy 2 younger horses, Earl Grey and Chai, and they were riding horses for us.
So you ride them?
Yes, we were taking riding lessons at our house and learning how to ride. Yeah.
So like you can like ride like you have a horse.
You can just hop on. We have saddles on our porch on the side of our porch. You can bareback. I mean, our friend did. He just like went out and hopped on. I've never ridden bareback before. Actually, no, I have. I actually rode in a parade when I was a kid, but
it's nice to have a little more controls though.
I like a saddle.
Is it a lot of work to like saddle them up and take them for a ride?
You would be surprised at how heavy. So we have Western saddles, and I think we weighed them. They're like 42 pounds.
They're also pretty nice decorative ones too.
Yeah, we have they're like. That was our Christmas present to each other. We got saddles. But for me to lift a saddle onto a horse, like my horse's back is like as tall as my head. No. So for me to throw 42 pounds like up over, I did get a little stepping block so I could do that and step up onto it to jump onto my horse.
So like how often, since it's a lot of, I'm honestly trying to picture it. If I ever had horses, how often would I actually ride these horses? Because if it's a lot of work to saddle them up, get it all ready, it's like a whole gig.
Yeah. It is a process, and it's not something we want to do it more than we do. It's something that I don't think we realize the amount of time it would take to do all of that. I want to make it every Sunday thing where I would just go ride once a week, go out and ride. Just because it does take a lot of time, and we're pretty busy right now.
Yeah,
we've got a lot of things going on.
What does y'all's day-to-day look like? So do you try and keep your mornings really slow, and then you start working at like 11? When you have that much space and you're kind of removed, it's very similar. Like we go to our lake house every weekend, and it's just a different pace, right? And so what does your day-to-day look like?
It's almost that time of year where kids are heading off to college, and if you've been following along from the very start of my influencer journey, y'all probably remember me from making videos in my dorm room. That time of my life will forever hold a special place in my heart, but you want to know what won't? The stress of making sure I had everything I needed to go away to college. I mean, seriously, talk about chaotic and expensive. This is why I'm so excited to shout out Amazon for this off to college season. Save on college, save the everyday, because Amazon is changing the game. What I would have given, and I'm sure what my parents would have given to have Amazon back when I was in school. Needed supplies for a sorority function? Amazon. Need last minute supplies for classes but don't have a car on campus? Amazon. Want cute dorm or apartment decor and furniture without breaking your college student budget? Amazon. The one thing I never thought to bring into college was a steamer. And if I had had Amazon back then, I would have gotten it delivered for a great price instead of having to wait for the next time I went home or for my parents to come into town. Plus, imagine all of the non-perishable snacks you could get. I used to have to beg the upperclassmen to take me to the store to stock up on snacks for the days I couldn't fathom eating another dining hall meal. Now those days are over, so if you or your kid is prepping for this off to college season, save on college, save the everyday with Amazon. Fast delivery, endless options, and honestly, way cheaper than dragging your mom through 15 stores. So make your life easier. Shop Amazon for college with Amazon's low off to college prices. Just save on college, save the everyday.
Fall is full in swing, and it's the perfect time to refresh your wardrobe with pieces that feel as good as they look. Luckily, Quince makes it so easy to look polished, stay warm, and save big without ever compromising on quality. Quince is great all year round, but their pieces honestly really shine in the fall and winter months. Their 100% Mongolian cashmere sweaters start at just $50, and honestly, I'm not sure that I've ever felt softer sweaters. They're cozy enough for mornings at home, but can be easily dressed up for a meeting or date night. They also have washable silk tops and skirts, which is pretty game-changing. You'll no longer have to stress about dry cleaning bills. Plus, their perfectly tailored denim fits like it was just made for me, but at a price that feels almost too good to be true. But what I've been really loving lately, especially while pregnant, is their comfortable activewear. The leggings and tops are soft, stretchy, and supportive. I love that I can wear them around the house, on a walk, or even run errands and still feel put together. It's a kind of activewear that actually feels elevated, not just like gym clothes. Here's the best part. Quince partners directly with ethical top-tier factories and cuts out the middleman. That means they deliver luxury quality pieces at about half the price of similar brands. It feels like a smart, stylish, and effortless way to upgrade your fall wardrobe. Honestly, Quince has become a bit of a one-stop shop for me. From cozy sweaters in my closet to little home finds I've picked up, everything feels timeless, elevated, and built to last. So keep it classic and cozy this fall with long-lasting staples from Quince. Go to quince.com/Danny for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Danny, quince.com/Danny.
I feel like every day is different, and I am very intentional about my mornings. I like a very slow start to my morning. I'll have my like water with lemon. I do my skincare routine, coffee, and then like my Bible study. I do the Bible app and just like listen to that. And that's how I like to start my day. I feel like it just puts me in the right mindset, slow morning. And then we usually jump right into like a busy day of meetings. Like this morning we had meetings.
Yeah.
It's like our Friday morning. We had 9 a.m. meeting, 10 a.m. meeting. So it's, you just like hit the ground running from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But slow mornings are like necessary for me to be able to like function throughout the day.
So you guys recently launched Beverlin Coffee.
Yes, it's been almost a
No,
year.
this is. I'm
1
not
year.
drinking it right now. I'm drinking this trash.
What a sin.
Yeah,
Get it out of here.
can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so Beverlin Hills is our coffee company, and it's been a lot of fun. So this was kind of a dream project. We always thought we would start a coffee shop. It was kind of just like a dream thing, almost like a retirement kind of plan. Just like later on in life, we just love the idea of having a coffee shop and that just being like a little business that we started. And we kind of just were like, what are we waiting for? Like, why not do this now? And backstory, Marky was never a coffee drinker. Nope. I feel like growing up, and my parents too, you drank like Folgers and stuff, and it always just kind of tasted like burnt, bitter coffee.
We
and
literally just stopped drinking the Folgers.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were like, no, but we were like, and then we tried a better coffee, and we're like, why are we drinking this crap? Oh my gosh.
I'm like, look at the size of this container it comes in.
Yeah.
There is a big difference between
Big
the
difference.
quality of coffee and stuff. And when you don't know, when you just think coffee tastes like burnt and bitter, like you think that's what all
it's
coffee
so
tastes
bitter.
like. It can be so bad. So that was Marky's experience with coffee. And he's like, I don't like coffee. And I'm like, you can't say you don't like coffee because it's not all the same.
Yeah.
So I kind of made it my mission because I love coffee. Ever since I was like a kid, I drank coffee like after church. They'd do like coffee and donuts. So I drank it since like second grade. Which is probably, I don't know if coffee can stunt your growth. I don't know if that's like just like a myth. But if it could, that's what happened here.
What's my excuse then?
I know.
We were all drinking Coca-Cola.
'Cause I didn't like coffee.
Business.
What's my excuse?
That's my excuse. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so I've just always loved coffee. And I kind of made it my personal mission to make Marky like coffee. So anytime we went somewhere, we'd like order lattes and we just kind of like, it was like a challenge. We're like, okay, well, we thought about starting a coffee shop. Like, why don't we just like make our own coffee? So we started doing research and figuring it out and started doing coffee tastings and really learning what we liked in the coffee world. Did find coffee that Marky approved of and that he liked. We work with a local roaster. So this isn't like a white label thing where our name is just slapped on this. We are a part of the entire process, like picking out the beans, putting together the blends, the roasting process, all of that we have our hands in. And we're really proud of what we've created because it truly is delicious coffee, especially our decaf. I am a big decaf drinker. And actually, fun fact, I start my day, my first cup of coffee is decaf.
Really?
Yes.
It still has a little bit of caffeine
There's a little bit of caffeine, but for me, it's like that slow morning. I don't want like a jolt of caffeine.
yeah.
I like to have.
You'll get like
it's-
jittery and anxious if you have caffeine too early sometimes.
Yeah, it's
so.
like
same.
for me, it's coffee is also the experience.
I should try that.
Try our
Yeah.
decaf, the
Yeah,
Meadow
no.
blend. It's so
So
good.
good.
But for me, it's like coffee isn't just about like a caffeine boost. It's like a morning ritual type of thing where it's like
Totally.
that cozy cup. It's like happiness. It's like
Yeah.
warm, fuzzy feeling. So I drink decaf first to start my day. And a lot of people don't know this, but the decaffeination process is a chemical process to remove the caffeine from the beans. And so a lot of them are bad. And if you research it, it's kind of crazy. And I think that also affects the flavor and the bitterness and everything you taste in coffee. So people are like, decaf tastes like dirt.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to. So we use a mountain water process in ours, which is a 100% chemical-free process that just uses water to wash the beans and remove the caffeine from it. So you still get the flavor and like the taste of a real cup of coffee without the caffeine.
That's so interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, but it truly makes it the most delicious cup of coffee.
Yeah, we had a lot of people say that they like our decaf the best.
Yeah.
of all of our
Wow.
coffee,
Yeah,
which
out
is
of all of our
surprising
And
because
that's nice because then you can have multiple cups.
Yeah, and have it
you
at
know?
night when you just want like that like yummy flavor and like experience without the caffeine.
Because there are so many times I'm like, I want a cup of coffee, but I don't want to be up all
Yeah.
night or I don't want to like have the jitters. Okay, I'm going to try that. Did you send us some of the decaf?
Yeah, we have it all.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay,
have it all.
good.
It's all at the lake.
Let me know what you think.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
compared
it.
to your Folgers.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, I was like, oh. I mean, it was cheap, but like, wow, it tastes
why
so
it's cheap.
different.
Well, it's funny because like we'll be traveling and she's like, all right, let's go get a latte somewhere, and like I'll order a latte and it's like 100% certainty I'm gonna throw it away.
He takes one sip and
I'm
he's
like-
like, "This is terrible," and chucks it.
No flavors.
I'm such a snob now. I don't know. It's always bitter. It's always like
You just-
not that good.
It's not the
I'm like,
same.
Yeah, he's like, "Nothing
We
compares
make them.
to our
We make them right in the
coffee."
office, and I'm just like, we have an espresso maker there, and they're just so good, and so I just won't subject myself to anything else.
Where can people get it on your website?
Yeah, we just sell it on beverlinhills.com. And then we do have our little coffee trucks. We do local pop-ups and stuff and sell it in person, which is a lot
You
of
guys are
fun.
just so freaking cool, man.
That is so
a
cool.
lot
You're
of
like
fun.
kind of like hipster now.
I know.
Because like I don't know. I mean, if you all followed Laura for a while, like her brand was not hipster. Let me just say it was Gucci
No.
belts, sparkles, long blonde
Designer.
hair, designer. But we
Yes.
all were, you know.
Yeah.
And so now it is kind of fun to just like grow into ourselves,
Yeah.
you know, and not feel like the pressure to be something else.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of back to my roots, like literally
Yeah.
color-wise,
Everything.
and just kind of how I grew up and everything. It's like
Yes.
you almost want the opposite of what you have. So growing up, I did grow up on a farm. My parents like grew all of our vegetables and all of that type of stuff, and I hated it as a kid because it was like a work. It was work and chores, and if I got in trouble, I had to go like scoop cow poop and like help my dad like put the manure in the stuff. And it's like I wanted the opposite life of that. I told my parents I wanted to move to New York City, and
Yeah.
like that was the life I wanted for myself. But I always loved fashion and all of that. So I think I just went so hard like the opposite direction when I could that now I'm like, that's actually not me, or like not what I want for my life. So
That's what our 30s
Kind
are
of fun.
for. It's like
Finding
like
yourself.
discovering ourselves and not being like in our 20s trying to be something that we're not. Oh, I love it. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so you have really had it is.
No, I agree. I agree.
What?
I agree. It was just funny the way you said it. You were
it's
like,
just
I love it. It's so
beautiful.
beautiful.
It's so beautiful. It is. So you've had can you talk more about your health journey?
yes.
I mean, because that's been a whole shift in you. I mean, you got rid of the boobies. You're doing a
Yes.
lot of things. Yeah.
There has been a huge shift.
We're holding on to those.
I know. We're trying. I saw you got
They
yours
were
out.
they,
and I was like,
for us. They were newer to the family.
yeah. Maybe one day.
Yeah, so there has been a huge shift, and this all stemmed from our infertility journey. So we have been trying to start our family for years and years now. So we have done, I think it started back in 2019 is when we actually went to our first
I remember.
IVF doctor and started pursuing that, which was also during COVID, which was very difficult to get appointments and to do all of that. But we both come from huge families. Like I'm one of 6, Marky's one of 5. We have 23 nieces and nephews. When everyone around you is having a baby, you just think it's going to happen one day. And that was just kind of like our thought process. We just thought like we would just get pregnant one day, and then it wasn't happening. And then we're like, well, okay, let's actually start like timing things and paying attention to it and actively trying. Still wasn't happening. And then I went to my OB and I was like, hey, we're trying to get pregnant. Like, I don't know what's going on. We're kind of tracking things and trying to figure stuff out. So I did blood work, lots of testing, and she said that I needed to go right to a IVF clinic, and she thought that IVF would be the best way for us to get pregnant. So at that time, we knew nothing about IVF or infertility. We were completely clueless. We only knew what that doctor had told us at that point. So we're like, okay, cool. Like we'll do this and we'll get pregnant. We have now been to 5 different doctors. It's been 5 years. We've done everything that everyone has told us. I have really advocated for myself with a lot of this because there's so much that doctors don't tell you. It's kind of just like, oh, you're only 36. Like, you know, we're going to do this protocol and this is going to work for you. And then it doesn't. And they're like, okay, we're going to up your medication. So I was just pumped full of hormones and doing just tons of shots, like multiple times a day. It was a really hard process for us. And then to go through multiple egg retrievals and transfers and truly, I mean, we truly believed it was going to work every single time. And when you hold on to hope like so hard, and I was also sharing all of this, like we shared our lives. This is a part of our life. So we were sharing everything as it was happening. And then when it doesn't work, like time and time and time again, we're like, okay, like what is this going to look like? So I really just started researching stuff myself and just finding out like how many things can affect our fertility. So it just created this whole lifestyle change because of this. I'm like trying to figure out like, okay, what's wrong with my body? How can I fix it? And just really started making all of these little changes over time and just questioning like, okay, if this could be affecting my fertility, like my implants. I got implants like, I think it was like 2016. So they weren't very old. I didn't have them for very long. And I was like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, if this could be a factor, like, do I want this in my body? Like, am I going to regret not trying or not like, seeing if that is an option? So I had them taken out. And I don't regret that decision at all. Honestly, I'm like, why did I even get these? I don't miss them. And people didn't even know I had implants until I would.
Yours looked really good. Oh my God.
Thank you. My doctor.
You look so cute now. They did. They looked real good.
They still do.
Yeah, no, they look. It's so cute.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't miss them. And honestly, there's so much behind the implants and like get them taken out, not get them taken out. And I did share the entire process. And I know so many people question like, is it breast implant illness? And I don't think I had that. I wouldn't ever say like, oh, Danny, get your implants taken out. I think it's such a personal decision for me. It was like based on our fertility journey, but I don't regret the decision. I don't miss them at all. But that was kind of like the first big step I took towards this health journey. And then it was just the realization of what I was putting on my body, what I was eating. So I made a lot of like dietary shifts. I am gluten-free, mostly dairy-free now, just because like the inflammation it caused in my body and the way I feel. So I've just made all these little changes. And I feel like if you look at, I actually just posted a little like my skin journey and you can see what my skin looks like, the inflammation in my face and in my body, the change that has happened over the last 3 years. And I won't say it's like one little thing, like one change made that difference, but all of those little things added up. But it's kind of, I don't want to ever scare people into like what products and stuff can do to you. But I think understanding and educating yourself on like what you are putting on your body. So I stopped using a lot of products.
Wow.
And that kind of stemmed back from like the beginning of our infertility journey of like, they say treat your body like you're pregnant when you're going through IVF. So that meant eliminating a lot of products, like skincare products and stuff, like tanning products that weren't safe, pregnancy safe.
Sure.
And then we kind of dove into ingredients and I'm like, okay, well, if this isn't pregnancy safe, like, is it actually safe for me? Like, do I need to stop using these altogether? So it's just kind of like a huge lifestyle change and just like simplified everything. But all of those little changes I feel like have added up and made such a difference in how I feel, how I look, just like the health of my skin, my hair, just my quality of life. And while it all started from like our infertility journey, I feel like it's just improved my quality of life. So I'm kind of grateful for everything that we've learned along the way and like what led me here. And I don't know if it'll ever make a difference in like if we will get pregnant naturally or if any of these little things like are going to affect that. But I'm just grateful that I discovered it because I feel so good right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you walked in and like you're not the same Laura that I knew, and you've always been so beautiful, but like you're like so glowy, radiant, healthy. Even your hair, everything, like you can just tell, like in the best way.
Her hair is divvy.
Yeah.
Serum.
Let's just be honest about that.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
100%,
Stop it.
100% divvy.
Nothing else she did made any difference.
Oh my God.
No, but I actually really did start.
Sponsored.
I really did start using Divi. Like when I was going through all of my fertility treatments, that's when I was like, my hair needed help. I was like losing my hair from all of the hormones and all of the treatments, which is a big thing. Like postpartum, all of that, your hormone and hair health are so connected. So I was using Divi religiously while going through all of
and you
that.
have no extensions in now.
Yeah, this is all like natural
you wore
hair.
extensions the last like what, 5 years? Like,
Yeah, I mean we all
than that,
did.
yeah.
10 years?
It's
We
been
all did.
a very long time.
Marky and I we love our new wives.
Oh my gosh, we're just so
Y'all-
real.
y'all are-
Except for
y'all-
I still have the babies. We're just so real. Okay, so when it came to, because I remember, I mean, you've been sharing that whole journey, and it's you have so many people that are cheering for you guys that just love you guys so much. Are you going to change what you share moving forward? I think people will respect no matter what you decide.
Yeah, I've really gone back and forth on that. And that's a question I get in my DMs every single day is like, why am I not sharing more about our fertility journey and what we're doing? We aren't actively doing a fertility treatment or anything. So the last year, I realized that I had endometriosis. I kind of self-diagnosed myself. We had an ectopic pregnancy earlier in the year, and that was our first like real pregnancy. We had told our family, we had told our friends. I think I was like right at like 7 weeks. Yeah, like 7 weeks when we realized it was an ectopic pregnancy. So after that, I was like, why did this happen? Like, what could have caused this? I was really just kind of digging deeper. I'm like, is this going to happen again? Just deep diving into this. And so many things kept pointing to endometriosis. And I mean, mind you, I had seen 5 IVF doctors. We had done multiple treatments. And I kind of kept questioning. I'm like, are you sure there's not something else wrong? Because they told me like my AMH was low, which meant like I was technically low ovarian reserve, but there was no root cause. There was no reason for it. And then one of the doctors...
Low ovarian reserve means like low amount of eggs?
Yes.
Okay.
And the last doctor that I'd seen in New York was like, this isn't true. Like you can take supplements, and he was able to get my numbers higher to increase all of my levels, which technically put me out of that category of like diminished ovarian reserve. I was like, okay, well, that's super interesting. If it was just like supplements and stuff that my body was lacking that could increase those numbers and those chances. But still, we did treatments through them and it didn't work. But a lot of things kept telling me that there was like a root cause, that there was something else that could have been there. So I went to a doctor and I was like, I want to get checked for endometriosis, which is a laparoscopy surgery. So they go into your stomach like robotically to check for it. And I did have endometriosis after all of those treatments and everything I'd been through. The doctor came out and said that what he found could have been preventing our transfers from sticking, could have been causing our low egg count and all of that. So it was like years worth of stuff where he was like, all of that
adds up.
Yeah. It could have been preventing all of that from working. So it almost felt like 5 years of IVF treatments, I want to say were a waste, but there was a root cause and something that could have been preventing all of it the entire time.
Why did none of the other doctors, because I'm sure you guys went to great doctors.
Yeah, some of the best doctors.
Why did they not try and get to the root?
That's something I still don't understand. Because some doctors, and when I shared that with Instagram, like people were outraged for us. And like it took me a long time to process that. Like I was like, we just wasted 5 years of our lives pursuing something that like we could have had this surgery and like been 10 steps ahead. A lot of doctors will check for that first. I think there's maybe symptoms and stuff that could have been more prevalent in other people where they're like, oh, let's look for this. I didn't have any, but there is like silent endometriosis where you can have it and it doesn't have very obvious symptoms.
They probably just thought that the percentage chance was so low, like maybe that's why they just didn't.
Yeah, because there isn't an obvious thing.
Yeah,
because
you can't just be like, it's a invasive surgery. Yeah. So I think that they probably just thought the percentage chance was so low that that's why they didn't want to pursue it. But
and that's crazy that the only reason it happened is because Laura advocated for herself. Yeah. Like you probably to this day wouldn't have known if you didn't.
No.
Well, they ask you questions like, do you have irregular periods? Do you have painful intercourse?
Which I'm like pretty healthy. Like there's nothing obviously wrong. So I guess maybe because I checked all of those boxes, like everything was normal, that maybe they just didn't ever think of that. But yeah, so I had that surgery. It was the last September. And since then, we're like, okay, we're just like, give my body a chance to heal and just see what happens and just kind of try naturally. And then in 6 months, nothing had happened. So then I was like, how can I move forward and keep pursuing like getting pregnant, but keep it more natural without going through like another IVF treatment. So we started seeing Mike, he's a little bit more of like a holistic doctor. He's not an endocrinologist, but he focuses more on like your hormones, your stress levels, your diet, and how like your gut and all of that can impact your fertility and your hormone health. So that's kind of what I've been doing over like the last few months or
almost 6 months now. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been like, over 6 months. And I've noticed a big difference in how I feel. So I definitely feel like it's like improved my quality of life just going down that road.
Totally.
But I mean, we're still not pregnant. So
yeah. And you think that you might maybe in the future just keep that a little more like to yourselves with you and Marky, like just, and not feeling like you have to share everything or just maybe just see what happens. Yeah.
I don't feel the pressure to share everything. I think before it was like almost like an expectation to share everything as it was happening. And now I definitely don't feel that pressure. Like I feel like I'm very like at peace with like, we're just gonna like deal with stuff in real life and then share when it feels right for us.
Right.
So we'll kind of see how we feel like
Yeah.
when the time comes, but definitely not as like in the moment, step by step, everything second documented. I don't think I would do that again.
What would you say to someone that is going through, I'm sure you have a lot of women that follow you that are going through something similar. Like what has been the best encouragement for you? And like, what would you tell those women maybe that are just now starting out on their journey?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard because it is such a like emotional thing to go through and so mentally draining, and then it's like a physical thing, like you are getting your body pumped full of hormones and all of that, like you just feel it all over. Like I think my biggest advice is just find that sense of peace, whatever that looks like for you. And I think that's really where like my like morning routine kind of just, I was like, I need this like sense of peace and quiet time with God before I start my day, before things get busy. I need that like little bit of peace. So I think that would be like my biggest advice is just like find quiet time, spend time with God, like spend time with yourself before the day, before you're, the stress kicks in and before you're doing your IVF shots or whatever that looks like. I think just like prioritizing that for yourself is like the biggest thing. And I think I wish I would have done that, and I wish I would have had that in the beginning. Because you wake up and you're doing shots, and I feel like that just kind of like sets your day, and it can be like just heavy and hard and stressful. So I think just having that little bit of like a reset can just like give you so much peace and more hope going forward.
What advice would you give husbands that are supporting their wives in this? Because I'm sure like that's a whole nother part, and maybe Marky can speak to this too, like because that has to be a whole nother, part of your relationship that you're exploring that you probably don't, there's not like a book of like, this is how you handle it. And I'm sure sometimes it can be challenging on relationships.
Yeah, Marky has been the most supportive. In the beginning, I couldn't do the shots myself. It just all kind of freaked me out and was just like another layer of stress. So he was doing the shots for me and just really involved in the process. And he went to every appointment and really was understanding what we were doing and learning about it so that he could be the most supportive.
Yeah, I think it's just understanding like that I need to be emotionally supportive for her. And one of the things that I've told her throughout this process, I've told her many times, I said, I married you because of who you are and because I love you. Like I didn't marry you for your ability to make children. Like it never was a thought in my mind. I was like, so ultimately, like if we never have kids, like I'm content with that. Like obviously I want to have a child, like I want to have a baby. But like I would never ever hold that against her. And I know it's probably hard for some husbands because maybe that's a huge primal urge in men a lot of times is to have a family. And like, look, I'd love to, but like it would never be like at the expense of my wife. Like there's nothing in between us about that. It's just, I'm 100% supportive and I love where we are.
Gosh dang it, Marky. I'm gonna cry on my own podcast.
No, it really is like amazing. And y'all have always been like such a strong power couple. You guys have always just like loved each other so much. Like I remember going on trips with Laura and she would just go on and on about Marky, like on and on. I'm like, who is this guy? And like, no offense, but like some other wives were like, oh my God, my husband's so and you were just like always just,
so true.
Just obsessed with Marky. And I love that. I love that about
We're pretty obsessed with each other. It's cool. I mean,
it's cool.
No, it's
cool. It's
no,
cool.
but you said like there's a lot of husbands and wives. Like we love spending all day together. We can be together every day, all day. We work together all day. And
we
it's
don't
amazing.
get sick of each other.
Yeah, and like our good friends that we're are staying with here in Dallas, like same way. They just absolutely love being with each other, and it's just so cool to see that like type of relationship because a lot of times, husbands and wives are like, oh, good, go golf, like get away, like so I can have some time to myself, or I'm gonna go hang out with the girls because I don't want to, deal with your stuff.
Yeah. I will say though, going through all of our infertility stuff and going through IVF, as hard as it's been, it's really brought us closer together. And I'm really grateful for that. Like it's brought us closer together. It's brought us closer to God. And I just feel like it's like strengthened our relationship and brought it to a level like we didn't know that we would have these type of struggles. And this is truly the hardest thing we've ever had to deal with. And like, it really could have affected our marriage and it could have affected our relationship in a negative way. And it's just allowed us to grow so close together. So I'm grateful for like where it's brought us.
And I will say one other piece of advice for husbands is if your wife is going through infertility treatments. It's just a lot of hormones going through her body.
Yeah.
So
It's
not her fault.
It's similar to pregnancy. It's like there's going to be emotional roller coasters, and it's even maybe more amplified because of, in our case, in many cases, the lack of success. Like, you're so invested in this. Your wife is, crying. She's happy. She's sad. She's happy. She's, all this stuff's going on. And then you get to, you go through the whole process, do the implantation, and then, you're not pregnant. And then so it's like very, very heavy. It's a very sad time, and you've got to be there for her. Obviously you're sad, but you want to be supportive of her because like she's physically going through this and feeling all these emotions, feeling like she's letting herself down, feeling like she's letting me down. So like you've got to really be supportive of your spouse because there's a lot of stuff that they're going through that you're just not gonna be able to feel the same way about, but you have to be understanding of what they're doing.
How did you keep your cup filled during that
That's
time?
a good question.
Because you had to be strong for her. Did you have good community around you? I don't think you golf.
He's like, I talk to the horses.
I don't know.
It's like gray.
I'm a unique character, I will say.
Marky is always happy. He wakes up happy. He is the most level and like
Or he's a powder keg, just waiting to
Ready to
explode.
go.
Just bottling it all up.
It's odd. I don't understand it myself. Like, Laura doesn't understand either. Cause like like I said, I wake up, I'm like singing in the morning and I'm like happy. And it's
like that all the time, all day, every day, just happiest, like most level person ever. Like no matter what's going on, it can
I'm
be
like
What
never,
do you do?
I'm
like,
never
what,
angry.
you
Like
meditate, you pray, you like journal.
No. I mean, I do pray, but like I don't. It's not like
A ritual.
Yeah, it's not like I pray because I'm getting upset about something, so I use it to like diffuse myself. I just for some reason I used to have a bad temper when I was a kid, and it like went away when I was probably like in my late teens.
Wow.
Like kick stuff, punch the door, like throw stuff through a window, like just.
I could just not picture that Marky.
No, but it was like that volatile
exist.
stuff, and just one day, like I don't know, just disappeared
like, this is
and
pointless.
never came back. Yeah, I don't know.
I would imagine part of your secret, and you can confirm this, Laura, is that you just think about yourself less. Like, so I think a lot of the times when we get angry or frustrated, we're saying to ourselves like, oh, this is affecting me, or oh, I deserve this. And I think that you seem like such a selfless person that allows for you to stay steady state.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
think
fair?
that's actually like the perfect
That's
definition of
probably pretty
Marky.
true.
That's
He
really
cares
good,
more
babe.
about everyone else than himself. Like
He was
will
more
do,
worried about Champagne Chanel's shoes. Steve Madden collab than she was.
Yeah, he would do anything for anyone. He would drop his entire day just to go help someone, and that's
Right.
Marky.
No,
I think,
yeah.
you just don't think about yourself.
And that probably makes
selfless.
people happy over time is to make other people happy, because like when you're just trying to fulfill yourself, it gets old.
Yeah, because when we're unhappy, all we're doing is ruminating on what we deserve or what we want or whatever. You know?
That's very interesting. Yeah, because she's always asking me, she's like, what's your goals? Like, what makes you like? What do you want to do? And I'm like, honestly, like making you happy, like helping other people is like literally, it's what fulfills me is when other people are happy, because it makes me feel
good.
It gives me worth. Yeah,
self-worth.
Yeah, because it's like I don't get self-worth from doing things. I mean, like I love playing sports and having fun and being good at things.
Yeah.
That gives me enjoyment. But like true fulfillment comes from helping other people.
God, I wish we could have all figured that out sooner. Like,
Tell me about it.
How old are you, Marky?
39.
Oh, that's not
Man.
fair. He's got wisdom.
No, but it sounds like he's always been like that. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys for sharing. I know that's a heavier topic, but I know our audience will really appreciate it. And you guys are such
one question, and then we get into rapid fire. Where do you guys see yourselves in like 10 years? Individually, professionally, personally, as a couple?
Oh my gosh, it's such a loaded question.
I know you guys talk about it.
We
You guys are
have
planners.
talked about it, but we actually don't have. I feel like we don't have a definitive plan. I feel like I've asked him, I'm like, what do we want in 5 years? I mean, obviously we want a family. I think that's a big thing. I think taking kind of a step back from social media was like one of my goals for myself, but I've kind of already done that. Like I feel like I'm in a really good place with that, just that work-life balance. I think just enjoying our farm. I want to have a really big garden.
I think we all beat the more monster because we all like that was the grind. The grind was more.
The fact that you're like, I just want a garden, and like Jordan's like, babe, like, what do you want on the next? I'm like, I just want to play tennis. Like, that's really it. Like, I really don't really want anything else, because anything else just sounds like more responsibility, more work.
I just want simplicity,
I
just
just
like
wanna-
peace, simplicity, just to enjoy life.
Just enjoy life.
Do you guys think that that's a product of us moving into our 30s, or is that a product
No,
of
I think we were all
survived the
extremely
grind?
unhealthy for like 10 years.
Yeah.
I think we grinded like in an unhealthy way where, yes, there's a lot of jobs where I think that you grind like with your time, but I feel like we like lost ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I definitely feel like that.
Yeah.
I feel like now it's like I've finally like come back to myself, but it's
Right.
taken years. And there was no self-awareness that I was getting lost or that I was doing too much in the moment. It was just like you were doing what was there and what was necessary and what it took to keep up with social media and all of it. And I really do feel like I lost myself along the way in all of that.
Well, the reality of the situation, just outside perspective, but sort of inside, is that if you looked at the daily grind, it was create content, have thousands of people comment in DMs about what you're creating.
But create a perfect life that actually isn't the way that it seems.
But even the side of it that was relatable, because relatability became a strategy too, right? So like it's that feedback loop of like, here's who we want you to be, that I think it's so easy to understand how y'all lost yourselves in other people's opinions of who you should be.
Yeah, you kind of
right?
become like a chameleon, and I feel like threes are so bad about that.
we're
It's like
so
it's like tell me what you want me to be,
Chameleons.
tell me what you want,
Like,
and I
Laura,
can
do
do
you
it.
want me to move out to the farm and help you? Like, I'm a
I'll-
horse girl.
Yeah,
like,
I'll do
be a
it.
horse girl.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's like you can just like keep like shape shifting into what the
Whatever
world
you
wants
want.
and what like
Yes.
the expectations are. And I feel like it was just like these blinders on for so long,
Yeah.
and just feeling so like you're just so sucked into it that like I
Yes.
feel like it just kind of takes like a big a big shake moment where you're
threes,
like,
we need a
Yeah.
big explosion.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
So
true.
here's my last question for both of you guys. So I like to study this like new class of creators, the TikTokers, because I see them really in the same era that you guys were in like 2018. Like they're traveling all the time.
Do you see
They're-
that?
I'm not the biggest TikTok.
That's okay. It's okay.
consumer.
But
Okay.
you can imagine what I'm saying. Like they're
Well, just like the newer up and coming gen of like influencers. Do you ever watch them?
Not really.
Not
I
really?
don't consume as much content, like nearly as much content as
Okay.
I used to.
Yeah, and that's good. So there's a new class coming, and what's happening is they are in vogue, right? And so all the brands are shipping them to all these travel trips. They're on all the influencer trips. They're they're traveling.
3
I can-
TikToks a day.
I can see the wrestle of like them being like, oh, like I have to go travel for work, but I don't want to leave my kids. So all the things that y'all went through. So what would be your biggest piece of advice, both of you, to these new TikTokers based on being there, done it before?
I don't know. I feel like for me, the biggest thing was just like have a whole life offline that nobody knows about. And whatever that means for you, whether it's like your hobby or your relationship or your kids that you don't share, whatever. Some people, it could be different for anyone and everyone. But like, I felt like I didn't have a life outside of Instagram. Like everything, every relationship, every friendship, everything I ever accomplished, anything I ever made, it was all had to be there. And now I have this whole other life that I don't feel like people know as much. And it's like, it's mine and it's special to me and it makes me feel good because like, it's not something that I feel like I have to show the world. Like I'm doing things just for me.
And we're doing things for us, just for us too. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, I think it's improved everything across the board. What's your advice?
Gosh, that's so hard. I think my biggest piece of advice is to be happy with what you're doing. Like if you actually truly enjoy it and can find that balance, which again, I think is having that balance of being able to shut it off and not feeling like you have to document every single moment of your life. I guess it would just be finding balance. Like make time to put your phone down and live in reality because TikTok isn't real life. So
As much as you want it to be,
it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
And
It's not. And it's not everything. All of it feels like it's everything. And that's like what the entire world revolves around. But it's not.
It's not.
It's like you just have to find that like real life, work life balance. And for me, it's like I put my phone down. I'm not consuming other people's content because I think that's another thing where you see what everyone else is doing. Like, oh, she's posting 3 times a day. I need to post 3 times a day. So you feel like you have to
So-
keep up with everything.
Because Laura and I, we were very similar in the way we consume content. We weren't consuming content like comparing our lifestyles to other people. We were consuming content with the lens of saying, she posted 4 times today. I need to post 4 times today. Like,
Yeah.
not worried about the lifestyle. It was the cadence of the post or how much they were posting. You know, it was very like strategic. You know?
Very analytical.
Analytical.
Yeah.
Yes. That's good. That's really good. Well, okay. I want to switch to a quick segment that we do called Things That Make You Go and then we'll go into rapid fire questions.
No, just go into rapid fire and let's ask them the question
Okay.
as part of the rapid fire, but save it for me.
Okay, we will go just straight into rapid fire questions. I haven't read these because our producer wrote them, so sorry. I don't know. What is one habit that you have? Okay, y'all are both going to answer, and you have to go really fast.
Okay.
Ready? What is one habit that you have a hard time breaking, Laura?
Oh gosh. I've like really like honed in on my like bad habits. I don't have one. Marky, go.
She's perfect.
She's perfect.
Bad habits.
A bad habit.
Oh my god, y'all don't have any bad habits?
I'm like
guys
trying to
are-
think of something. I've really worked on
just
myself.
leaving my
Yeah.
stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, he's messy. That's
You're
fair.
messy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a bad
I
habit.
just set stuff down anywhere.
What's my bad habit?
Yeah, maybe you should share each other.
I know. I'm like, okay, Marky's is definitely a mess. I'm like constantly picking up after him.
Okay, what's hers? Throw her under the bus. Gosh, he's too good. He's too nice.
She does nothing wrong.
Oh,
No. Man, I don't know.
Does she ever get angry at you?
Candy.
I do find. Let's see.
Chewing gum, chewing loud.
Marky is a loud chewer too.
Do you ever fall asleep
Oh
with your
my gosh.
mascara on? Uh-oh.
She's got all kinds of bad habits. I've got.
Pull up Reddit.
I'm
Does
sure
she
they've got.
forget to floss
they've
her
got some-
teeth some night?
Same.
Oh, I forget to flush the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we're getting
Okay.
Marky's
That's fair.
putting the automatic flusher toilet in
Yeah.
our house.
See, he doesn't complain. He just fixes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
he just
like.
does it.
He just does it.
It's just automatic.
I've been doing that too lately. It's because I have to pee so much. And I'm like, I'm going to have to flush it in like 20 minutes. I might as well just
Yeah.
leave this one here. Okay, next one. Oh, this is interesting. What is one wellness trend you think is completely bogus?
A wellness trend.
Like, is there something that you've tried that you're like, okay, that was just kind of that's silly?
I don't know. I'm not like the biggest fan of juicing. Like for no reason. I don't
It
know
hurt-
why.
It hurts my tummy.
I don't know. Like the whole like celery juicer thing. I really
Yeah.
felt like I needed to do that, and I'm like, I don't want to do. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't. I don't know if this is actually worth it.
Like, can't I
For
just
celery.
like eat the celery? Like,
Yeah,
with
I'm like,
peanut
why do I
butter.
have to juice it?
Why do I have to juice it? Yeah. Okay.
What about raw milk?
Oh, okay. We went on a raw milk
Yeah.
kick.
Ooh,
Our
nice.
team is very into raw milk. We have a
Yeah.
local place that we get it
Yeah.
from. I tried it for a while, and then I realized it was like just causing a lot of inflammation in my body. It tastes delicious.
Yeah.
It tastes better than regular milk.
I've heard.
Yeah, our team is very into it. We have like a lot of like health girlies.
I'm not anti raw milk, and I'm not like I never like
He
dug
was
into the
weirded
science.
out by
I'm
it.
just a little weirded out by it because like when you get raw milk, like a lot of times it comes from like local farms and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like a weird person about like cleanliness and like
Germs.
germs and stuff like
Totally.
that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, did they wash their hands while they're like
Yeah.
milking this cow into a bucket, and now I'm like
Yeah.
drinking the milk? Like
But
what?
his sister does it. His sister has a milk cow, and like they
consume
are
their
raw
own,
milk.
which is
They're a
fine.
raw
Like
milk family.
if you milk your own cows and you consume it, like I completely you see the whole
Did
process
you
all
ever
the
do
way
that?
through.
Get your own.
It's so much work. No,
Milk cow?
yeah,
no.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah,
I
you have to
don't.
milk
And
the
I
cow,
don't-
like,
I'm
twice
not-
a day
I
and-
don't drink dairy, so no.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
know
drink like no
because
milk.
everyone's like, it's better for you. I'm like, but I don't even really drink that much milk. I like milk in my cereal or like in my coffee. I guess
Yeah,
cream.
cream.
But do you drink cream in your coffee? Or you like black?
Non-dairy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Number 3. What is the hardest part about living on a farm?
Honestly, the smell.
Yeah, who cleans up
That's
the
fair.
poop?
No, yeah, that's
The smell.
100%.
No, we've actually had trouble with our chicken coop. We built our own chicken coop. That was my birthday present last year. And while I love it, I love our chickens. I love
can you
collecting
imagine
the
your
eggs.
birthday gift being a chicken coop?
Not chicken coop, and I
like,
got
oh my gosh,
pet
I love it.
chickens. No, we didn't think about that part or realize
They stink.
the smell. Well, because like the rain like gets in their
Yeah.
coop, and then it's like a poopy smell. So like we open our back door, and like if it just rained, it smells like chicken poop.
Yeah.
And that's just something
It's
we
a little
didn't
too close to the house. I
Yeah, it's a
mean-
little too close.
You guys got
So-
60 acres. Just move.
I
it
know
further.
they should have been further away.
She
Yeah,
wanted
don't
them,
put the
well, we
chickens
wanted them
in the backyard.
so they'd be
Safe.
Did you go
safer
you
and
cook
everything.
eggs every
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we love eggs.
Are your eggs like orange because they're like real eggs?
Yeah, you can see
a little
them.
different yolk color. Yeah.
Yeah,
The difference. Wow.
they taste better too.
That's crazy. Okay, let's see. Wait, actually, who does clean up the poop?
Both of us. Like, so I'll go in the chicken coop and like literally be cleaning it out. Like that is, I will get
But like
in there
horse
and get.
poop, cow, like all the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
horses and cows, they really don't need to be cleaned up too much. We have a drag, so we can drag the field, so it actually like kind of just mashes the.
But we have to clean out
dried
the stalls
patties
and
down.
the smaller areas. Like we'll just go out and scoop poop and
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a date night.
just put on your muck boots and
gonna
just
be
get
us.
out there.
Yeah.
Us
You
soon.
can do it, Danny.
Stop.
We're gonna hire your
dad.
dad. He's gonna move onto the property.
Oh my god.
He's very handy.
Stop.
I would
You guys
love to see
come
it.
on down to the farm, test it out a little bit,
Yes,
see how
we'll
you
do
like
a
it.
trial run. We'll do a weekend.
Ooh, this is a good one. What's a conspiracy theory you low key believe? Are y'all like into conspiracy?
I'm
theories?
not. Marky is aware of all of them. I don't know that he like believes conspiracy theories.
My thing with conspiracy theories is like I'm really evidence backed. So like and that's the hard thing about conspiracy theories is you don't find a lot of actual evidence for them. So
Do you think we landed on the moon?
It's a fair question.
I would say
I think you usually say no.
Yeah, I say
I
no.
lean towards yes.
Yeah. That's fair.
I do think there's aliens though.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so too.
Moving on.
I feel like landing on, I feel like
We
landing
didn't have a good answer for that one.
well, no, but I feel like landing on the moon
fair.
would be not that it'd be extremely hard to fake like the moon landing like
Yeah.
video and stuff like that. But I just feel like the cover up
It's like
would
a
be
whole-
really hard to fake. I think for what is it 50 years now since they landed on the moon the first time? Was it 69 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's like to have that covered up from all the NASA scientists who were
I know, guys.
supposedly involved.
We
I don't
like
know.
move into this house. They know we're here the next day. They have like our whole address. So it's like, how are they gonna fake that?
That's true. That's true. Okay, let's see. Do you have a dream collab?
A dream collab? Not really.
I remember back in the day though. So this one,
share.
I remember you would love to work with Gucci. I was such a like, I was
She
such,
was such a Gucci girl.
no, I was such like
Gucci girl.
like when I first was like doing the management and everything like that. I'm like emailing Gucci like I'm gonna try and get her some kind of like a collab or something. Like she's got
really
like
going for
10,000
it.
followers. I'm like, yeah, hey Gucci,
Yeah, Gucci.
like,
My
this
wife
is
wears your
Marky.
belt.
And-
Yeah, Laura wears your belt every single day. We need a collab.
Yeah.
She
I
did
don't-
wear the heck out of that.
They didn't even reply to that email. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Golly.
Damn, way to go, Gucci.
They didn't get it.
I love that. Okay, let's see. Piece of advice you would give your younger selves.
Don't try so hard.
Don't try so hard.
So
Be yourself.
true.
I actually have it.
Oh,
It says believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
And
When
I think
did you
that's
get
like
that?
probably 15 years ago. Yeah,
was
before.
prophetic.
I know. Yeah, be yourself, believe in yourself.
This whole time it was written on
Yeah.
your foot.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. Just look down.
Just look down.
I was too busy looking at my phone.
Yeah. Mark,
Okay.
what about you?
My biggest piece of advice would be to spend as much time as you can with your family. Family is so important. Build relationships with really solid friends because you'll meet a lot of people in the world that'll be kind of like friends, but you're only gonna have like a solid group of like real core friends. So I'd say to make sure you culture and foster those relationships.
That's good.
Okay, my last question is thoughts on the new Cracker Barrel logo.
Oh, I got
We've had many conversations about this.
Have you? You had to,
we
right?
We were
Like,
avid Cracker Barrel every Sunday. We were
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm
every
so
Sunday.
curious.
What was your go-to meal?
Oh, I love the hash brown bowl.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's so good with
Wait,
like
did you
grilled
stop going?
onions on top. We haven't been in a long time. We actually haven't been.
She's
nothing,
all
nothing to
healthy
do with
now.
Nothing to do with that.
rebranding though.
Oh, okay. Got it.
No. We still like Cracker Barrel. We just don't get there as much. It's more geographical now. We like moved to an area where there's not one right nearby. We lived in an area where there was one like pretty close. It was like a regular staple.
We
Yeah.
went there too often.
Now we have to drive like 30 minutes to get to a
Guys.
Cracker Barrel.
But-
People were irate
Yeah.
at this new logo.
Oh, we were following the whole thing.
They
We were seeing
reversed it.
all.
No, I agree. It was a terrible decision.
Yeah. Yeah, I vote original.
The
logo.
inside rebranding with like painting them stark white and like removing the antiques. Like,
Well, I think what happened is they have these like northeastern executives who have no idea like who the actual customer is like running it, and then they
Well,
reversed everything.
Isn't it kind of like the same thing that all, like McDonald's and Burger King, they're all just plopping their logo on a modern building. So if they run out of business, it's easier to sell the building.
I've heard that theory too.
Because then nobody's going to buy like a Pizza Hut building that looks, it's all
I
red.
don't-
and,
Are you,
like-
I
are you
don't
setting
think
yourself
that
up
can
for
be
failure
it.
though?
I think that so
Because then you can like if a Burger King fails, because if the franchisee comes in and just like rent, like kind of like rents the building.
genuinely. So okay, I'm gonna tell a story, and I don't. This is not me speaking poorly of this person. I actually love him, but I interviewed this candidate for CEO of Divvy, and he lived in the Northeast. He's lived in the Northeast his whole life. And when he came down to Texas, he genuinely, I think, thought he was stepping into like the 1800s. Like he was like, oh my gosh, like, am I going to be safe here? You know, are people going to hate
We all
me?
just walk around with guns. And
Yeah. And I was
horses.
like, hey, like, it's not like I'm wearing a Trump shirt underneath my suit jacket here. And it was just so funny because a couple days later, he texted me and he was like, hey, like, I am so pro New Yorkers need to meet Texans and Texans need to meet New Yorkers, because I think it's just such a disconnect in the cultures that I genuinely think that these Northeast.
What does that have to do with Cracker Barrel?
Because I think that what was happening was I think she genuinely thought it was a good idea, and she was like, she was the CEO that was leading it.
I was like, who is talking?
I don't know if she's fired yet, but the stock plummeted really fast. But I think she genuinely believed, like,
making it less American,
making it more modern and more like, you know, Northeastern feeling was a good idea, because her disconnect with the actual, like, because it's a Tennessee company, right?
I think so.
I believe
I think it was like in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like her ignorance on like the actual customer of Cracker Barrel was so wide.
And partially, I don't want to like defend her, but like play devil's advocate. It was probably because of like a slowdown in sales or a loss of market share.
Sure.
So like they see this indicator, and they're like, okay, we've got to do something.
Sure.
Now, what do we do? Not what they did. They've got to figure out, you know, is it a pricing thing? Is it a food quality thing? Like, why are they losing share? And if they need to rebrand the entire restaurant to like Stark White and then like change the whole like southern.
Well, that's why I was asking, why did you guys
like,
stop going? Because people were saying quality did go down a little bit.
But quality goes
our
down
local
everywhere.
Our local Cracker Barrel has
good.
always been pretty solid.
It was solid.
We have two
Consistent,
nearby.
yeah.
One is like never been that great, so we try not to go to it. But that's like an individual like location thing where it's like they don't cook the food that well. But like when you go to a good quality one and the food's always good, then
Well, listen,
Sometimes-
they're going
can I
to listen to
just
this
say
podcast.
something?
They're going to be calling you guys. CEO is going to call you. She's going to need a lot of advice.
Can I just say something though?
Yes.
Sometimes I feel like if people were it's really smart, they would do these things on purpose, because all I want to do now is go to a Cracker Barrel.
It gets
And
everyone talking
and
about
I
it.
want to buy a T-shirt with the and I want to be a patriot, and I want to stick up for the old Cracker Barrel, you know. And I want the T-shirt and the boxers, and I want all of the merch, and I want to go and order some chicken and dumplings.
So this
Like,
was all part of their marketing strategy.
Listen,
So is that what we're heading
I know
after
they
this
didn't do it
podcast?
on
now,
purpose, but
now that I know how boards work and like these private equity companies work, I am telling you right now, there is no way that is what happened, because they
No.
would never in a million years take a risk this big.
But it's the smartest thing probably ever. Like
No,
now it's probably
for sure,
skyrocketing
for
because
sure.
like I want some memorabilia.
so you're saying buy the
Yeah.
dip.
yeah, yeah, buy the dip, buy the dip. Yeah.
There's no way they were strategic enough to be like, we're gonna tank the stock price $20, and then it's gonna reignite our base,
Yes.
and then we're gonna ride into the future. No
I think we
way.
have to put a hashtag or a little thing on there like this is not investing advice. Like
Yeah.
we don't really mean buy the dip.
Disclaimer at
Buy the
that.
dip.
Like when you, like,
Disclaimer at that. This is
Yeah.
not a financial podcast.
yeah, just kidding.
Don't
Like,
listen to anything I say.
Don't do anything we
that was
say.
fun, guys. I had a great time.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
was
that's good.
so
We miss y'all.
good. Do y'all have any like
fun.
announcements you want to share with people, or
We have been working on something for a while, and
when can we like expect a? I don't know, just like I don't know. Something.
very soon.
Very
soon we'll be
soon.
sharing more about that. And
It's giving 2025 vibes, but I don't know.
yeah, it's very personal. It's very
Okay.
new Laura, I
Okay.
will say. And yeah, it's
Oh my
a
gosh.
big
She's
deal.
like, it's a Gucci belt,
She's like, and I'm collabing with
but
you.
it's rustic.
Yeah, it's a belt buckle Gucci with a
with
cow's head.
With a horse head. Perfect.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on our podcast. We finally did it.
Thank you for having
so
us.
fun.
Of course. All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Please note that this episode may contain paid endorsements and advertisements for products and services. Individuals on the show may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to in this episode.